Hey guys, Procrastination Gaming here, and welcome to the channel. This is going to be my Week 6 analysis of the Lions versus Saints. This game is going to be in New Orleans, and I think the Lions are going to really struggle in this game. I think the Saints are going to be able to move the ball as much as they want. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think Drew Brees is going to score at least 30 points. Drew Brees at home is usually good for at least 30, maybe 35 points. I think 30 points is probably about where they're going to score this game. Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, and this year he's actually having one of the best seasons of his career. I think he's 38 years old, maybe 39. He's completing 69% of his passes right now. He's looking really good. He's getting a lot of passes downfield to his receivers for big plays. Coby Fleener is a tight end that can make a lot of noise on offense. We have not been able to cover tight ends recently. As we saw last week, Ed Dickson had 170 yards, I think, on 5 or 6 catches. He's a 31-year-old tight end. Coby Fleener is not 31 years old, guys. Coby Fleener can really make things happen when he gets the ball in open field. So that one play where Ed Dickson was running down the left sideline, that would have been a touchdown for Coby Fleener. The Saints also have Michael Thomas, who's a really good receiver. I thought coming out of the draft, Michael Thomas was the best receiver in that draft. I thought he should have been a top 15 pick. I was really surprised he fell to almost the second round, or maybe he did fall to the second round. I don't remember. I knew he was a really late pick in the first round, a really early pick in the second round. But I remember being really surprised because I saw every time he got the ball when he was in Ohio State, he made things happen. So I don't understand why he was not an early first round pick. That did not make a whole lot of sense to me. But obviously Michael Thomas has proven that he is a legit number one receiver in this league. He's probably a top 10, top 8 maybe even NFL receiver. And he's only in his second year right now. Now also they have Brandon Coleman on the other side. He's 6'6" and he could run. I think he's like 220 pounds. He's a lot like Calvin Johnson in that regard. He can go up and get the ball. He's really fast. Against the Patriots, he had a few really good plays. And I think he's going to be a really good receiver going forward for the Saints. So I do expect him to have a good game as well. Maybe a couple big plays. And I also think on offense, the Saints will be able to run the ball. And I think they'll be able to get Alvin Kamara involved. I think that's part of the reason they wanted to move on from Adrian Peterson is they really wanted to get Alvin Kamara involved more in the passing game. And when Adrian Peterson was on the sideline, it looked like he was getting a little jealous there because he knew Alvin Kamara was a better receiving back. And I think them moving on from Adrian Peterson really shows that they have a lot of faith in Alvin Kamara, and I think that's a good thing. I expect Alvin Kamara to have a really good game this week, probably 80 yards and a touchdown at least. And yeah, I really think the Saints are going to be able to move the ball pretty easily this game. I don't see how they wouldn't be able to. Drew Brees knows what he's doing. He's going to pick apart this Lions defense. He's going to find every hole and he's going to exploit it over and over again. And it's going to be tough to watch if you're a Lions fan. Now for the Lions on offense, I haven't really seen a whole lot this year, so I really don't know what to expect. I don't think the Lions are going to be successful in this game on offense. I don't think we're going to score more than 20 points. The Lions offense hasn't been very good this year. We have Matt Stafford, we have Golden Tate, we have Marvin Jones, we have Amir Abdullah, Theo Riddick. We have all these guys, but we haven't been able to move the ball consistently in any one of our games. I think the best offensive game we had was probably last week. We had a couple really good drives, but obviously we could not move the ball when we needed to. So that shows a lot. That shows a lot about what our offense really is. The Lions on offense have really struggled. They didn't do very good against the Cardinals. They didn't do very good against the Giants. They didn't do good against the Vikings. And they didn't do good against the Panthers either. So I don't think the Lions offense is going to win us this game. The only way we're going to win this game is if the defense gets like 3 or 4 interceptions. And I don't see that happening. And I mean, it's Drew Brees, right? At home. Also on offense, I think the Lions should really move on from Eric Ebron. Darren Fells has been playing really good recently. I think he's averaging somewhere around 10 yards a catch. He's been breaking tackles. He's been doing everything we drafted Eric Ebron to do. So I think we should move on from Eric Ebron right now. I think Darren Fells just kind of fell into our lap. Darren Fells can block really good as well. Obviously, it looks like he has pretty solid hands, and He can make things happen after the catch, which is what Eric Ebron was supposed to be. Now, Eric Ebron can't even block or catch, so I don't understand why he's even on the team anymore. Maybe we're trying to trade him. I'm really not sure. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't think Jim Caldwell has a bunch of tricks up his sleeve or anything. Nothing magic going on there. And yeah, I expect the Lions offense to struggle this game like they have most of their games. I think the Lions on offense this week might do a little better than most of the games because the Saints defense is not good. So maybe the Lions will get close to 100 rushing yards this game. That would be pretty cool to see. I think we all knew that wasn't going to happen against the Panthers, but maybe that'll happen this week. But getting him 100 yards isn't the most important thing. I think trying to get a win this week is going to be the most important. And I think it's going to be very difficult for our offense the way they have been playing recently, unless they come out with something spectacularly different than what we have seen all year. The Lions are going to lose this game. I don't see how we're going to magically get better on offensive line. Even our starters have been struggling. We invested a lot of money in the offseason in our offensive line, and our offensive line looks like the weakest unit on the field. I trust in Bob Quinn, but this offensive line doesn't look as good as it was supposed to be, even the starters. And I know that left tackle spot is not going to be good with Greg Robinson. We all know Greg Robinson is not really good. But the rest of the offensive line has been struggling just as well. So I hope for Bob Quinn's sake that this offensive line really starts playing a lot better together when Taylor Decker gets back. I hope they play as a cohesive unit and they can start moving the ball consistently and giving Stafford enough time to hit a five-step drop. He hasn't had time to hit those plays this year. So yeah, I expect the Saints to win this game. My score of this game is going to be Saints 31, Lions 17. The Lions are going to struggle on offense. I expect the Saints to score plenty of points, especially at home with Drew Brees. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter if you want to talk anything about football, if you disagree with anything I say, if you ever want to talk about Lions or the NFL or college football even. You can also comment on this video if you have anything else to talk about football or NFL or college. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.